All right, thank you for tuning in to Cornwell Creation Podcasts. This is my first podcast. I should not admit that on the microphone, but I just did. Welcome. The topic today is selling, and specifically with my company, Custom Craftsmiths. We are a contracting company. We do it all. We're a jack of all trades. We specialize in custom projects. Anything custom that you need, we can do it. There's no project too little or too small. All right, so what I want to talk about today is who we are. We are once again, I said a general contracting company. You hire us, we come there, we do anything. We'll paint, we'll do drywall, patching, texture, everything. Put in showers, tile. We'll build you a baby gate so your kid doesn't fall down the stairs, which, that's that's not a good thing. And not to mention it looks professional and quality grade, and we're great people. We were founded, my buddy Dan started the business, and it's his mom and dad that help him along the way. His dad knows everything. He's a guru. Taylor Smith, shout out Taylor Smith. And Joyce Smith, thank you for the opportunity to serve alongside you in the company. So the goal of the business as a whole is to make money, obviously, just like every other business, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Every business wants to make money, and we're starting to make money. We're a start-out company, which is good. We have a lot of kinks and flaws in our system, as stated previously in my other video on YouTube. So if you'd like to subscribe to Joshua Cornwell at YouTube, just hit the subscribe button. Subscribe button. I can't talk. Anyways, so it's me, and I'm trying to make money, and I'm trying to sell a job. What is the trick to selling? Now, recently I just had a lead, and Dan sent me to the house of a nice, kind young man who has a lot of things that need done inside of his house. He needs light bulbs screwed in. He needs a new fixture put up. He needs the base of a light fixture screwed up to the wall. He needs his toilet to flush. All things that we can do. Electrical work. The outlet doesn't work. So anyways, what is the strategy? When I first go to the job, I want to sell the job. Now, this can go for anything if you want to sell anything. So a little bit about myself is I actually apprenticed selling HVAC units, air conditioning and heating, for a short amount of time. And I literally jumped in to the job and, I role-played to learn how to sell to a customer. I had no idea what to do. And it blew my mind how easy it was to get a sale and to make good money. And it's all about relationships. So, I would go to a house and I'd look presentable. I would shave. I'd wear a company shirt tucked in with a belt, a tool belt on the side. I would even wear pants that had, my work pants to establish credibility that I know exactly what I'm doing. And that looks good to the customer. And that's what you want. The first impression is key. Make good eye contact, introduce yourself, and then I would, go check out the problem. And I knew a little bit about HVACs. I didn't know a lot, and this is the surprising thing. People still wanted to purchase from me. They really don't care about, well, they do care. They do care about your credibility and the knowledge that you have on the product, but most importantly, people are worried about price, especially in the time we're living in now. If you could get a good price, you shoot high and you expect them to go lower, and then you ask them about their budget, and then you have some wiggle room. Okay, that goes with anything. Specifically with this job, though, that was HVACs. Those were fixed units. These are jobs that we're quoting by labor hour, and we charge $70 per hour to do generally everything, unless it's a project. So for this specific instance where I wanted to go to this house for Custom Craftsmiths and sell these jobs, I went in there and I tried to sell him on the handyman plan, which is a 3-month to 4-month period where we can come out once a month and do whatever you want for a fixed rate. Or if you just want to cherry pick it, which is what this customer wanted to do, it's $70 per hour. And so I quoted him, I shot high for 8 hours to get everything completed. And that, we could get it completed in, a shorter amount of time. And this is the bad thing. He does not know that, but we do. So we're taking advantage of that. But we're not necessarily going to rip him off, because we will, we'll be more accurate on the job. We can go out and do kind of a half crappy job in a short amount of time, or we can take the time to do it right. So it was a fair price, and by the hour, we pride ourselves in being professional. So we aim high for that hourly rate of $70 per hour. And we have all the equipment and everything, so that's another thing. So to sell for a job with Custom Craftsmiths, I want to take the approach of being an apprentice selling HVACs, and also tying my degree that I'm pursuing and try and utilize this in the business that I'm currently working in, which is Custom Craftsmiths. And so, I did the same thing. I looked the part. I wore my work pants. I tucked in my shirt. I had a clean shave. I went in there. First off, I introduced myself and the company, and I was going to shake hands, but the whole COVID thing, you can't do that, so that sets kind of a personal connection off. And then, right off the bat, establish rapport. So, I noticed that they had a very nice house, and it was located in the company, or in the vicinity of the mountains, and it was beautiful. So I addressed that, and then, instantly, boom, I established a little bit of a relationship with them, and it makes the awkwardness level go down, and you're not treated as, a company. You're treated more as a person, which is nice. Establish rapport, and then go diagnose the problem. What do they want done? It's ultimately about what the customer wants done, and then we will provide that service. So that's what I did. And I figured out what they wanted done, and then I kind of strategized in my head a little bit for the price, because I wanted to make the price be valued at what we're worth. And I ultimately sold the job to him. And we have that job coming up, and that's that's $560 just to go do things that normal people not normal people. Let me rephrase that. Things that anyone can do, they just don't want to do them and take time out of their busy schedules. That's what we're there for. We fit that. We fit that market. And so that's perfect, and that's where we specialize in. And that's another thing. Honing into your specialties and taking advantage of that. And ultimately, a sale can be done. It's just you can sell anything. If a customer wants something, you can sell it. You can make them feel more comfortable if they're worried about price. It just all comes down to communication. You can be flexible. Ultimately, you want to shoot high with the price, because you know that it's going to be way over the top, but that gives you a counter, and then you can go up a little bit and meet them in the middle, which is what you expected from the beginning. It's just sales 101. I mean, you can watch Shark Tank and figure this out. As a matter of fact, I just got done watching Shark Tank. It's an interesting tank, to say the least. And anyone can do it. A lot of people just don't take time to do it. They don't dissect the psychology of selling. You have to look clean, professional, establish rapport, shoot high, and close the deal with confidence. A lot of people don't want, to spend their money. They want to shop around and get a better deal. Reassure them that there's going to be no other better deal. Or, one thing that I like to do is get them to commit, like the yes to yes, I think is what it's called, and I've been studying that a little bit in a persuasion class. And if you get them to commit to something, you have your foot in the door. I think that's what it is. And when you have your foot in the door, then it just gives you a better opportunity to close the sale. So that's another thing. So according to Selling Boldly, it's a book that had a chapter entitled Gratitude versus Cynicism. And the author, Goldfein, talks about how being a gracious salesperson is better than a cynical one. Now, obviously, grace goes a long way. And I pride myself on Christian values. I'm a Christian, and I don't want to cheat someone. But there is strategy going into sales, so just take that into account as well. But anyways, there's a lot that goes into it. Just another fact that like long-term relationships is another thing that we try and establish in our company. According to What is Selling, the author Ward, it's a blog, and it uses ethical credibility more, in my opinion. So how do we establish long-term relationships and build credibility with that customer over the long run and course of things? Well, we already have customers, and I know you guys are probably not even interested in what I'm saying because you're like, why do I care about Custom Craftsmiths? I just used a sales strategy on you to try and get your attention, so now you're paying more attention to me, I bet, right now. But anyways, for those of you that do need a job done, contact me, and we can do it for you. Any kind of custom thing you want, anything. A desk built, If you want a new railing, you want a new bathroom design, bathroom layout, new shower, we're there. Anyways, we have relationships, for instance, with one of our customers. I won't name their name for disclosure purposes or whatever they say. But my buddy Dan, he's long-term friends with him, and they signed up for the handyman plan, which is kind of like a subscription, and we come out there and just work on their house months at a time. They just want to renovate over time, but it's a budget thing. They don't have to pay as much up front, and we can extend our labor out, and it's a beautiful thing. Long-term relationships, and then they tell other people about our work, word of mouth, and then we spread like wildfire. We've spread by word of mouth like wildfire, and that leads to more sales. You get your foot in the door. I mean, you establish credibility and have long-term relationships, and it's amazing. What does the future of selling look like for Custom Craftsmiths in a whole? According to Alan Judd in his news article, selling is, man, this word's been used a lot. He states that a personality can sell anything. You have to sell yourself first. If you think you're worth something and you have a service to offer, you got to be passionate about it. You have to go sell it. You have to sell yourself first. Make the person enjoy your company, your presence. Communication is a big thing. Establishing relationships is a big thing. If you sell yourself and persuade someone to purchase services easy, then it becomes, readily available that a person or the person that's selling is honest, ethical, and, they'll want to do business with you. For just many examples of that. Like, we've had so many customers that we've built long-term relationships with. We built a custom baby gate, like I was saying earlier in the intro. And, we got to know the family while we were there. It was a fun environment. And they're like, well, you're going to hate us after this because we're going to tell everyone in the neighborhood about it. Everyone has kids, and they're going to want it. And now you're going to have to go spend time over there. Just like that. We have a long-term relationship with them. We have good reference. We have testimonies from them. And ultimately, selling spreads like wildfire. It doesn't, once you get your first big sale and establish a long-term relationship, and you become ethical, or you're a credible person, and you're honest and transparent, and you don't cheat the person, and you work with them, they're going to want your business. You offer a service, you offer yourself. Selling spreads like wildfire. Boom. So that is selling from my point of view. I jumped into it, learning hands-on. I'm still in college, and I have a good gig. Anyone can do it. It just takes it's a hustle, it's a grind. It takes dedication, long and hard work, and, but you could do it too. Once again, shout out to all my sponsors, as they would say in a podcast. Just kidding, I don't have any sponsors. I wish I did. But yeah, shout out to Custom Craftsmiths. Shout out to Life Church. Shout out to these new kicks my mom got me for Christmas. I love you. And shout out to being healthy. I hope everyone's safe. I feel like I'm talking to no one when really I'm just talking to a microphone, but I appreciate the time. Thanks for tuning in to Cornwell Creation Podcasts. I hope my voice is charismatic and you like my personality and I sold you on the idea that I was trying to portray for free. So hit the subscribe button. That's the least you could do. Come on. Help a bro out. All right. Signing off. 10-4.